Hello, in this video, let's look at how to multiply fractions. When we multiply fractions, we multiply straight across, and then we reduce if necessary. Sometimes we can reduce right away and then multiply straight across. So let's look at a few examples and see how that is done. So first example is 9/4 times 3/8. Here we can multiply straight across. So 9 times 3 will become 27. And 4 times 8 is 32. This is proper fraction. The top is less than the bottom. There is nothing to be reduced. We can see that because 9 and 4 does not reduce. 3 and 8 does not reduce. 8 and 9 does not reduce. 4 and 3 does not reduce. Which means there is no way to simplify this fraction to begin with. Which also means after we multiply, it will not be possible to reduce the fraction also. So this is as simple as it's going to be. Now, we can check this with a calculator. So here is a calculator. Let's multiply the two fractions and see if we get the right answer. 9 divided by 4 times 3 divided by 8. The answer is some decimal. Let's convert it into fractions. Math, the first choice is into fractions. And the answer is 27 over 32, which is exactly what we have. Now let's look at the next example. So here we have 9/4 times 8/3. This time we can reduce. So first let's multiply straight across and then reduce. 9 times 8 happens to be 72. And then 4 times 3 is 12. Now we see that both of these numbers, 72 and 12, are both even. We know we can reduce at least by 2, but we can actually reduce by 12 because 12 goes into 72 6 times, and the answer would be 6. We could also do it here. We can reduce right away, and so the second approach would be to see that 3 goes into 9 3 times, so we could cancel and put 3. 4 goes into 8 twice, which means we have 3 times 2. The bottoms are all 1s, the denominators are all 1s, and so we have 1 times 1 on the bottom, which is 1, and then 3 times 2 on the top, which is 6. We could also check it with a calculator. We'll get the same answer. Now, in this example, let's see how to multiply a fraction with a mixed number. So when we have a mixed number, we have two choices. One is we can convert this mixed number into improper fraction and then multiply. Let's do that first. So to convert to improper fraction, we'll multiply 3 times 8 and then add that number to the top, which makes the first number is unchanged, but the second 3 times 8 is 24, plus 1 is 25, divided by 8. Now we can reduce right away, and then we'll know what the answer is. 4 goes into 8 twice, 5 goes into 25 5 times, so the top is 5, the bottom is 2, so we have 5 halves, which is 2.5, or we can say it's 2 1/2, because 2 goes into 5 2 times, that's a whole part, and 1 is the remainder. So this is our final answer. Now let's do it a different way. The 3 1/8 is the same as 3 plus 1/8, and we can actually multiply it in this format. 3 plus 3 is the same as 3 over 1, and 1/8 is 1 divided by 8. So we don't need to use a common denominator because we will do multiplication first. So as if we're distributing 4/5, 4 times 3 is 12, 5 times 1 is 5, and then 4 times 1 is 4, and 5 times 8 is 40. So we can see that 4 and 40 reduces by 4. We have 12/5 plus 1/10. The common denominator is now 10, and we need to multiply the first fraction by 2, which makes 24 over 10 plus 1 over 10, which makes 25 over 10, which reduces to by 5 to 5 halves, which is exactly the same answer as we had using the first approach. 5 halves, which is 2.5, which is what we had doing the first way. Now we can use the second approach to check our answer with the calculator. Let's do that also. So here is the calculator. Let's type in 4/5, clear? 4/5 times, and then 3 plus 1/8. And that's a decimal, 2.5. We can change it to fractions, convert to fractions, and the answer is 5/2. So this way we can use the calculator to do the multiplication, and we get the same answer, 5/2, both ways. Last example is two fractions that are both written as a mixed number. So here, if we use a calculator, we'll just put plus in between. We'll do this last. The only way to do it by hand is to convert to improper fraction and then multiply. Let's do that. So the first fraction, 2 1/3, 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1, 6 plus 1 is 7, divided by 3. The second fraction, 1 times 7 is 7, plus 2 is 9, divided by 7. We see that 7 goes into 7 once, 3 goes into 9 3 times, and the answer is 3/1, which is 3. So that's the final answer. Now let's check with the calculator. So here we had 2 1/3. So let's clear. 2 plus 1/3, and then times by, in parentheses, 1 plus 2 sevenths. So we have put in our fractions, but in a different form. So here's the answer, 3, which is exactly what we have. And this is how we can use the calculator to check our work. And these are the common types of fractions that we may have to multiply. We may have to multiply some fractions that are proper, improper, mixed numbers, and two mixed numbers together. And these examples shows how to do some of it. If you have any questions on anything, please let me know. If you have any particular examples that you would like me to look at, please send an example or a picture of example or whatever your homework questions are, and I'll be happy to provide some answers. Hopefully we can create a library of questions that are beneficial to you. Thank you for your time, and again, if you have any questions, please let me know.